Good to be back. I'm Rob Acampora here at the Bell Works Studios in Homedale, New Jersey. This is the A Game. The new website is theshareduniverse.net. So if you're looking about to do a podcast, go on that website, find out more from Ming and Christian and all the guys. Glad to see they're back in the business, and I'm glad to be back here. And two of the gentlemen you're seeing on the screen, one on the right, I know way too well. The one in the middle, I'm getting to know. And there's some interesting Jersey ties with the man in the middle, by the way, which we'll get into. Yes. So Jon Dawson and Doug MacMillan. You may know Doug from the Connells. You know Jon from a band you're about to discover a little bit more called Third of Never. And there's not only a band, there's also a movie in production. There's a video that we're going to debut here on the A Game. Song's been out for a few months, but we'll give you a listen on that. Gentlemen, thank you for giving of your time and coming on here.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh no, thanks for having us, man. This is great. This is it's good to see you again too.
Yeah, always good to check in with you, brother. Jon, we go back over 30 years. It's been quite a ride between the two of us, because I will start with this story. After knowing Doug for a couple of years, this is a show at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park. This has got to be probably about 1994. You know, this is pre 74, 75. Band's doing well. They come to Jersey, they'll do almost 1,000 people. They have their pockets where they were doing well. So it's before the show. We're celebrating. Hey, I haven't seen you. Well, oh my God, we're talking. He looks in my hand. He sees a can of Coca-Cola, slaps the full can of Coke out of my hand. He just goes, "Hey, I thought you were my pal." And I know. So picture this. I'm backstage with the Connells. I'm on my knees just going, "No, Uncle Doug, not the Jaeger, please, not the Jaeger." Band's cracking up. And I'm like, by the end of the night, I'm going, "Oh, man, how did I get home? How did I get home?"
Were you on the water wagon? What was going on there? Or you just happened to be having a Coke?
It was definitely a mistake on my part.
If I had a nickel. Yeah,
if you had a nickel. I pretty much know if Doug and the guys are coming to town, I pretty much know I'm going to have my full of beer and Jaeger and just expect to be like, figure out a ride home.
I haven't touched the Jaeger in a long time. I can't.
I got to admit, Doug,
it's gross.
It's weird. Yeah,
it's bad for you. It's bad for you. Somebody did a test and a study, and they found out it's bad for you.
The things we did back in the day, and we didn't know any better. That was the problem. Back in the day, we thought, "Oh yeah, we're having fun. We're going crazy." 30 years later, we're looking back and going, "What the hell were we thinking when we did?"
I mean, there's so many of those. Like, how did I decide? Like, you make decisions that now you, of course, would never make. And this goes back to high school before even playing music. Just like, what the hell was I thinking? Anyways. That's an old story, but the first time I ever saw Jägermeister I was with Peel at a bar in Shreveport, Louisiana. We had a night off, and this girl at the bar kept buying people shots. Okay. I never heard of this stuff before. It was her 18th birthday. She had gotten a checking account for her 18th birthday, and she was writing checks. That was the first time, and I think maybe the only time I ever saw Peel drunk.
Yeah, I was about to say Peel was.
He didn't like it. He was not digging that boogie, and frankly, the next day it's a bad hangover. That's the worst thing about that stuff.
Well, that kind of brings me to Jon and say, what made you decide to get involved with this crazy man? I mean, come on.
He didn't know what he was getting involved with.
We met at a meeting. No, that's not true. That's not true.
That's actually a good piece of mythology we can create.
That would be a good story.
Yeah. Jon is basically Doug's counselor now. Who would have thought?
So what do you call it? No, sponsor.
Sponsor. Yeah, you're right. Counselor, sponsor. You're
right. I'm broadcasting from Doug's spa in LaGrange, North Carolina. This is Little Vegas.
It kind of is a spa.
When Doug is in town.
Yeah, that's where you're in, right? You're in call it Little Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He's got a space there for mostly for creating music.
Jon, could you pan back the other way? Because if I'm not mistaken, is that like a music collection behind you? Because
he's a collection.
Oh
boy.
My Lord!
Yeah, go up, Jon. Go up. Yeah, he's got everything. Yeah,
Jon, that's sick. I thought
Dude,
I had a collection, but I'm like, that's thousands we're talking about CDs and albums. I mean,
he's a
before I even
pro.
now,
Yeah.
he is a pro, Doug. So even before you got the Doug, how did you put together that? That's got to be at least 30, 40 years of music going on there.
Well, a lot of it is got lucky at some flea markets and stuff, and
It's a lot of that, I think, right?
no matter what anybody tells you, most of the time when they reissue old albums on vinyl, when they reissue them, usually the reissues sound much better. So these old ones I paid $1 for.
Wow.
I can trade them in or sell them for $20 and get the new ones that sound better for sometimes even less than that. So,
damn,
what you're looking at there, that's 35 years worth. So it has been bigger. I've actually thinned it down. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually thinning it out a little bit. But Rob, that space is great for writing music or trying to record. He's done a lot of recording there.
Yeah,
But
I'm glad you're showing that off, John. Yeah,
yeah, it's cool.
There's the next album there, and on the eraser board anyway.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
that's it.
The board out. But
John,
Rob, it's like it's a dark room with Christmas lights, as you can see.
Yeah.
And I was like looking around, and the first time, and I was like, and I'm gonna sleep here. And he's like, yeah. I was like, this is perfect. It's like no windows, no clocks. I call it Little Vegas. They don't want you to know what time it is. And
right.
They don't want you to see out the window. So yeah, it's a great place to like get some rest. A little bit of rest.
But it really does show on a lot of levels what independent music is like. Because John, obviously having a studio like that in your facility and doing it that way, you can still create a sound that's just going to be good as any bigger facility you could have worked at.
Well, the album we're pushing now, Damage the Pearl, was recorded mostly at Earth Tones in Greensboro, but some of it started in this room. Right. And when I panned around here, you can see we have a Alan and Heath mixing desk now. My friend John Guy Barwick built a studio here for me and for he and I to use.
Wow.
And we were making demos for the next record, and I played them for somebody, and they said, "Oh, you've been back to Greensboro." We realized we could make a record here that would make the quality of that one. So that's freed up a lot of stuff, financially. And we can also, if you feel like recording at 2 a.m, you just take a few steps and turn on a switch. So that's nice.
That's definitely an advantage going on there. And like you just said, when you can do it at a cost effective and get a great sound, and that's so important in the world of trying to do something without having a major label backing you. And this day and age where you can take advantage of social media and take advantage of Spotify and all the other places to get the songs out there. It's not like it's required to have a big label, but it is important to be able to do things on a budget, if I say that right.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's true.
Yeah, we've had good luck. Jam Records out of Michigan is run by Jeremy Morris, and every time we have an album, he always we have a great deal with him, and he buys directly from us. And when he sells those, he orders some more. He does the physical, we do the digital, and it's a great relationship.
That is a great relationship. When you got a machine like that, you put it all together and it's all gelling together. That's a really good thing to have. And you're somebody, if I've done my homework correctly, as you're into music, you've also been a writer. So how do you go from writing books to doing music, or were they happening simultaneously for you?
It's been simultaneous. I still do the writing. I do it on a website now. I fell out the back end of the newspaper industry a few years ago, and they would never let me do stuff on the side. The column was fairly popular regionally, and every time there was a chance to do something on the side for some extra money, they would say, "Well, that's a conflict. You can't do it."
I didn't know that, man. That sucks. I didn't know that.
That's ridiculous at this stage of the game. I mean, God, I mean, the writing in general, I mean, is become a world where it's like, it's no longer like a full-time job. It's more like, okay, you're going to get paid like story to story. So you lose a lot of income. So they should keyword allow you to be like, hey, if I want to write a book, let me write the book. It's not costing you money.
No.
Now, to their credit, they allowed me to take the column because I was doing a humor column and a music column. I just do the humor one currently.
Okay.
But they let me take the humor columns and put them in a book, and they sold well. And they just said, you can put them in the book, just put in the forward what newspaper they came from. So I have to give credit where credit is due there. But there was a situation where outfit out of Florida was going to syndicate the column,
Wow.
It was our paper was owned by McClatchy, so the columns were running in newspapers in every state, but I was only being paid for it running locally, even though it was in 30 or 40 papers.
Ouch.
And so I don't want to go down that road. We've got a great album, and I'll be bitter old man if I talk about newspapers too much.
Then allow me to do one thing, and we'll get into the music. Give me photo number 9 so we put a plug, because you can find it on Amazon.com if you want to get interested in his book, Fire It Up Christian. That is one of the books that he has, Making Gravy in Public. I love the title of that, by the way. And if you think that's a great title, take that one off, Christian. Give me photo number 8. Here's his other book that is out there, and that is Counterfeit Sauerkraut. Love that.
And the Weekend Teeth, yeah.
Yes. Both available through Amazon and any other places you get your books. So at least we get that out there and let people know about that. Now, yes.
Thank you.
He's a busy man.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Now we can get into Dirt or Never with Doug MacMillan and Jon Dawson here on the A Game. So the band has got the new album, came out late August. We've had a couple of songs out there via YouTube video, doing some regional touring. What is the plan? Because there's more than just this album going on, because you were telling me, John, you've also been filming a movie that kind of goes with the music.
Well, like I say, we had a lot of time on our hands during COVID. This was the first time I was actually able to just sit home and do nothing for days on end in probably 10 years.
Right.
And I just noticed Doug and I worked on these lyrics together on this album, and there seemed to me there were some themes linking up loosely.
Right.
It wasn't probably as straightforward as Quadrophenia having a story arc, but there were some themes running together. And I thought, well, hell, let's make a road movie, because you could do that. You wouldn't have to build any sets. You wouldn't have to get any permits. And, it worked for Easy Rider, and they didn't even have a plot, really. So I said, if we actually come up with a plot, we're ahead of the game. And we're working with a director named Brent Clark out of Raleigh, who's phenomenal. Doug there has actually been in some movies and knows how to act.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow I got wrangled into being in the movie. And Brent is very good.
John's good.
Thank you.
He's a natural.
Brent is very good at getting decent performances out of non-actors. So I'll leave it at that.
Right. But you notice how Doug is like going when he talked to acting.
Well, I mean, I
he
haven't
does
done
that
it
a lot
enough
randomly.
Yeah. I haven't done it enough to.
I was about to say, Doug, it's probably been at least 12, 14 years since you've done anything in front of the camera. So what's it like to go out in front of the camera? And you were really involved with your friend who casted you.
John Schultz.
John Schultz, right, who casted you in a bunch of films. So what's it like to do something now and do something different? Because it is different not working with John.
Yeah, that's a good point. It was, we were, because of the sort of the looseness of the production, because of, like John was saying, we were kind of run and gun, Gun and run. Is it gun and run or run and gun? Anyway, yeah.
Yes.
You didn't really have a lot of time to get anxious about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
There was a couple of things I did with John Schultz that were like big. They were like studio movies, and I had a very small part, but like I had the whole day to sit and worry about my 2 lines or whatever, and that drive you crazy, But so this is different, but it was fun, and we kind of like, we try to make it feel as natural as we could. If there was some bit of dialogue, we would play around with dialogue and stuff in the sense that we're matching what's going on in the movie and the conversational aspect of what's what the action is, and so it was fun. The real chore is going to be the editing.
Well, yeah, it always.
But I kind of want to like see that. I hit the wall with years ago with going to like sitting in on mixing a record, because because I've heard it so much already, and any record I've done, it's like, okay, I can't sit here and listen to this again. It's good to take a break, so I wouldn't mind seeing. I'm just interested in the process of editing. I just want to see how.
When you talk about that, let me take it one step further, because you talk about the process of editing, and take it away from music and take it to music, because doing something away from the Connells, obviously, the good thing, I will say this about what Third and Never is doing. It's not the Connells. You guys are establishing your own identity with the music, which is, I think, very important. And I would think that's important to you as somebody who's been obviously the voice of the Connells to kind of say, well, if I'm going to do this, I don't want to do the same thing I'm doing with my guys. So it has to be something.
No.
Yeah. So
Jon already had this band established for several years before I got involved in, and that's where the New Jersey connection comes in, I think, right, Jon?
When I hooked up with Doug, I told him I promised I would not hand him bad Xeroxes of Connell songs. Mind you, if I could come up with songs like the Connells, I'd do it all day. But you know,
absolutely, yeah.
I like Jon's songs. This is more of a rock band, and
you know, that's the best way to put it. Where it's like the Connells always did something that
it's sort of folk, as a folk, more not quite as I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. There's a psychedelic aspect to Jon's writing, and it's cool. I like it a lot. If I didn't like what he was doing, I wouldn't have done it. And then
that much I know about you over the years. Yeah, if you didn't like it, you would never ever have gotten involved. That is absolutely true.
Yeah,
you know.
And so we're having fun, and then as long as we're having fun, which we seem to be doing, it's cool. But yeah, can you tell them about your New Jersey? I want these people to know about how much effort Jon put into getting this band going, because it's really amazing.
I'm just worried if too many people find out what I did, they'll put me in a rubber room with a really tight jacket. I feel like I'm in the Brady Bunch. I keep trying to look up and see if I'm under Florence Henderson. But anyway.
Alice. You're underneath Alice.
Yeah. The band started down here when I was in college, and our original bass player, Jody Haskins, is with us now. Thank God. He's a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah.
And he plays a lot of cool stuff that is basically lead bass. But after the band had its, we played in Greenville, then we started branching out to Raleigh, then we would get down to Atlanta and do a loop up to Charlotte. We were starting to do something in the South, and then we had a tour book to go north, and there were certain members of the band who didn't have the stomach to do it. Right. And which resulted in the singer and I going to Hell's Kitchen and doing acoustic shows at the Koala Room, which surprisingly went well. And
he's a good singer. Yeah.
And as time went on, I had trouble finding guys down here to play the way I wanted. And I heard a Smithereens side project by the name of Buzzed Meg. You probably know about it.
I do know it very well. I know Bab, Jack, and Dennis and the whole crew very, very well. Yeah.
And I love the song, and I love the vocals, and the vocals were done by Kurt Ryle, who I'm also sure you know.
Oh, and, the Weeds, absolutely, yeah.
This whole,
And I just got a wild hair and contacted Kurt and said, I'm trying to put a band together that, the songs I had were not in that style really, but it's just, they got it. That's the best way I know how to put it without going into a 2-hour explanation.
That's cool.
And Kurt and Kristen Ryle, bless their heart, kind of took me in as a stray, and they hooked me up with CJ Grogan and Vince Grogan, and a little later on Mike Palilli from the Buzzkill, and he's now with Defecting Gray with CJ and Vince. And it was fantastic. It was an incredible learning experience. It really made me. I was playing minor league ball down here, and those guys, it forces you to raise your game. So everything we do, I was scared making this record because there's kind of a bar that's been set that you have to match.
Right.
And I do think we matched it. And I think when there's some stuff, there is a through line through it, but there's also a lot of different things on this record. But those Jersey guys were really, really, and girls were really nice to me.
Good to hear.
And Dennis did some guest spots on the first 2 records.
That sounds like Dennis. I mean, Dennis is somebody who, if he believes in something, he's going to step right in and kind of go, yeah, I want to be a part of it for sure. So I'm happy to hear that, especially as somebody who's gotten to know the Smithereens really well over the decades and continue to be like, hey, look, they're going on since Pat passed away and are making it work. And just being a band to make it work, as you guys know, is a hell of an accomplishment these days.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do.
If everyone gets along, it's still a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, John's right though. Because
that's a very good point, John.
Yeah, because even the best of friends, there's going to be moments where it's like, I'm going to freaking kill you. Okay.
Well, it's not so much that. It's just that
it's hard.
It's almost like it's almost like the universe is against everything a band tries to do right now. Unless you look good in a belly shirt, or your uncle happens to be the vice president of Sony, you're screwed. No matter what you do.
Well, those things come and go in waves and cycles, and it's there's still a network. There's like an infrastructure of a network that started off in the '80s and continues on, and you just got to find them. You got to find, that's why touring was so important when I first started, because that's how I met all these people I'm still friends with, from Minneapolis and Boston, and anyways, but that's I think I still have one of Pat's. Did he run for governor? What was he running for?
He did run for political office at one point. Yeah,
I have his T-shirt. I think I still have the T-shirt for whatever office he ran for, and I'm going to hold on to it.
Yeah, that's a collector's item, and it's also
I know
Pat. So I mean, there's a personal connection there, which I think is great.
Yeah,
cool.
What a great band.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kurt, I was allowed to. Third of Never had a recording session at the House of Vibes during the day, and the Smithereens would have sessions at night, and I was allowed to sit on the couch and hang with Pat.
Wow.
They were re-recording some of their songs once to use in commercials, and Pat, I would sit there and remind him of his lyrics. He forgot a lyric on something, and if you'll look up on my ceiling, you see that
funny.
You see that Smithereens poster back there?
Oh my God! Yeah, I caught that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, man.
And it's a big poster for Green Thought.
Great album.
I love it when songwriters forget their lyrics. It's so funny.
And back to the belly shirt thing. Charles Cleaver and Brandon Ruth, who are also in our band, they look great in belly shirts. I was told to bring that up.
Okay, I'm glad we got
that. Especially with the what do you call it? The stringy. What's it called?
Dollar bills?
No, well, those. But when you midriff shirt that has I can't think of the word. I'll think of it later. Sorry.
Shirt.
Yeah, belly shirt. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It shows off the belly.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's this stuff called? Fringe. Is the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I mean, we're talking about the band. I think it's appropriate. Get the video ready, Christian. The great thing about the song I'm about to play is that Doug is basically riffing for the first 30 seconds, and it's Doug MacMillan being Doug MacMillan. That's the first thing I will say about this.
What song is it?
Was it? Come on, Rob. Where are we?
That scene you're talking about is a scene from the movie. There's scenes from the movie in this video.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the whole thing. It's like I remember when John sent it to me, the first words out of my mouth, and when I sent him the message, I'm like going, "Yeah, MacMillan's being MacMillan. What a surprise!" There's
got to be something else you can do.
Dude, you've got a couple of talents. You do them well, and you stay within your brain sometimes. There you go.
Yeah, I hear you. That's true. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Check this out from the album that's entitled Damage to Pearl, which is now available. Check out Third of Never. Grab the Ground is here on the A Game. Take a watch.
Dude, look at the mud, the way it's like curling. They look like somebody took a picture of waves in the ocean. Like I keep waiting to see miniature surfer men or something. It's really cool. Whatever, play your song.
When we landed, no one knew of a way to calm you down. I think you can sell it to yourself, no warning.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
that
Good to
was
get you
good,
down.
man. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I was so big in that I was like me and my twin were in it at the same time.
I know
God.
John's
John and John were.
is more fit than he looks in that thing, but that's
It was
don't worry about it.
yeah. John and I were talking off the air. John, you lost about 50, 55 pounds recently.
More.
Yeah, more than
70. Yeah.
70. Congratulations. I'm somebody who also lost over 70 pounds, so I understand.
You both look great.
Thank you. I mean, but it's
You
still that.
really do.
It's that when you see yourself. I mean, that's the other thing. You're getting used to the fact that you look at that and go, "Good Lord, I look like that. Why didn't anybody tell me? What the hell's going on here?"
Yeah.
You can relate to that, right? I know what you mean. Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
like, and plus, I'm one of those people like I can't stand. I don't care what's going on. I don't like to watch myself at all because it's just all I do is criticize. So I'm like, oh, that should
Dude,
have been, you know.
since
And
I've
I don't like really listening to stuff either. But I mean, you have to. So you
Oh,
get over it.
if we're in the car and my shuffle comes around to a Connells song, he's ready to jump out the window.
that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me.
I don't. I just, you know, I'm finding out there's a lot more people like me in that regard than I thought. I think a lot of people are just like,
Do you find that helps you a little
sends you
bit at this
to a
point?
place in your brain you don't want to go. You know, it's
Does
like,
that help you now, Doug, knowing that you feel like, okay, I'm not alone in my thinking?
yeah, it does. It makes you feel better. I thought I was a weirdo, but like, there are well-known actors who were like, I haven't seen any of their movies, you know, out there. They just haven't seen it. They won't go watch it because they already did it, and I'm like, that's my deal. Like, I can't. It's just too it's hard to be objective. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't be objective. So,
No,
anyways,
but and I
that
will
looked good. I enjoyed watching that.
but I will say this as somebody who's known him for so many years and just knowing I've interviewed him on radio and,
Right.
and knowing how he was just in studio was almost like there was this embarrassment that would come over him, like, oh, why are you making such a big deal out of this? I'm like going,
right.
because the songs are good, man, and you're liked here. And he always
Well,
felt
thank
that
you.
yeah, but I'm defending you in a sense that when you
Thank
did a
you.
live show, because Jersey happened to be one of the pockets that the band would do, like they'll tour, they'll do what they do, and then all of a sudden it would double by the time they come to Jersey. And
I
it was
couldn't believe it. I mean, I remember we were talking about before about the Neptune, the Green Parrot and
Green Parrot
Neptune.
nightclub, yeah,
I was
absolutely.
like, where are all these people coming from? It wasn't North Carolina. It wasn't the Southeast. It wasn't our normal place.
Right.
And it was such a great thing, man. And I knew it had a lot to do with WHTG and
We're aware of
obviously,
that,
but anyway, so it's nice to see that. But yeah, Mike Connells the same way. He doesn't
No,
he doesn't like taking a compliment, but it's like you
no,
gotta. It's
no,
nice.
He's
believe me,
horrible at taking a compliment.
Yeah,
yeah.
And
yeah,
and let's let me jump in here.
yeah.
When people write about the Connells to this day, they say jangle pop. Those guys rock. They do not jangle. It pisses me
Okay.
off.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I mean, all I gotta do is go stone cold yesterday.
That's a rock song. Yeah.
It is a rock song. That's my point. I'm
Yeah.
defending what you just said, John. Matter of fact, Christian, if we can go back to the photos, and this is kind of the proof of when we talk about when the attendance was starting to really get big for them. Thankfully, the photo number 3 proves that. And this was like as they're about to come on and they're playing our surf stock event back in the day on the beach. That was the first one. I know you did 3, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you guys had so much fun. You're like, we'll come back. And you did. So I mean,
it looks like acoustic guitars on stage.
yeah,
too.
on that first one, the first one you did was acoustic, you know, because we just didn't have the. We were still learning as we were going along. It's like so we set it up acoustically.
No,
and
that's
like,
fine. Yeah.
And just
That's what year is that again?
That one was probably 96, and I know you came back there in 98 because we hooked up before the show. We were talking like, oh, I can't believe you're not at the station anymore. I said, yeah, shit happens. What are you gonna do?
I know. Yeah.
But it was
during that period when things like that were happening, you know.
Oh yeah, it was just kind of a weird, crazy time, the late 90s into the early 2000s for sure. And I'm going to get into that a little bit as we go into my random shot segment here on the A Games. These questions can come from anywhere. They may not make any sense, but this is where I go. I know Doug way too well for 30 damn years, and I've stalked John's social media. So there you go. With that in mind, and we kind of touched on a little bit in random stats. John, first one is for you. You mentioned you love the Smithereens. Give me your favorite Smithereens song.
This week it would be House at the End of the World.
Good choice. And I like how you said it this week. So you it depends on your mood what song's going to stand out for you from the Smithereens.
Well, those guys have so many good songs. You can't just do like one.
True.
You know. Yeah.
I'm partial to one only because I know it's one that Jim is partial to, and I've grown to love it, which is Cut Flowers from the 11 album.
Yeah.
Well, just like the Connells, the Smithereens have never made a bad record.
That's true. That is true. I don't think any of us can argue that point. Doug, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to set you up a little bit. Christian, if you go back, give me photo number 4 because this showed up on social media recently.
No.
All right. So there is a remix that has been floating about this year with Shabuzi, Wiz Khalifa, and the Connells, and I've listened to it and I'm going, that actually came out really damn good. The guy who did it, DJ Dump's mashup. I mean, bravo.
I looked up Shabuzi. I like Shabuzi.
I sent that to Doug a few months ago. I found that at 2 a.m. and sent that to him. I thought I was hallucinating.
A few people, John, you were the first one for sure, but a few people were like, "What's up with this?" I'm like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but the good thing about it is, it's like it's more than just the doon, and then in like toward the end of the song, there's Doug singing part of 74-75. So
cool. Is it a remix? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's basically taking the 3 songs and interweaving all of them, but it's mainly Shabuzi singing Tipsy, but at the end you're singing the chorus to 74-75.
Right. Okay, that's because there's a couple of things like that that are interesting. I like all that kind of stuff, man. I mean, the first time I ever saw something like that was I was telling John, we were in Milan. It was the first time we went over to Europe in probably 1990. I don't know what year it would be, 94 or 5. I don't know, but like
I'm thinking 94, just before it broke wide open. Maybe, yeah.
And we went over there because this song was taken off. We went to a radio station and they had played. For us, they played. Maybe I don't think they played it on the air. It was a dance remix of the song already. Somebody already made a dance remix, and it was it was black. It was underground. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Legal.
And they were worried that we were going to be mad about it. And we're like, no. We want a copy of it, And it was this woman did the vocal. I was the one. It was like that kind of thing. It was wild and cool. There's also something out there of the Noel
Gallagher. You're talking
Noel
about?
Gallagher singing, but I think it's AI. But it sounds good. He sounds good. Whoever's doing it. John, did you catch wind of that ever?
I did not.
Yeah, it's like a video. I don't know if it's a video. Maybe it's just a music with a photograph of him. But I'll see if I can find it.
Well,
it's like what it would sound like if he sang the song.
Well, they made
clearly somebody using some kind of AI apparatus or something.
Well, they made a career riffing off of other bands. They got around to the Connells, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Good work.
Just to give you some numbers when it comes to 74-75, I said it earlier. It went top 10 in 15 different countries. It was number 1 in 3 different countries. The video, which has had 2 versions because the band actually did an update. If you've never seen the video, go watch the video because I think the concept of it is fantastic because it is talking about a class from the class of 1975. And then you did an updated version where it was an update on those students from the high school.
Yeah.
And over the years, it adds up to 40 million views of 74-75.
Wow. Is that right?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And the funny thing is, a couple of years ago, I told you it was 30 million. You were like, I didn't think it'd be 300, let alone 30 million.
Well, that was David McConey had a lot to do with that second thing. He was behind. That was cool. It made for a good piece. And anyways, but there's a story behind the story for sure. I guess the main story with our video here is Marvin is playing drums. But I wish we have one of the belly shirt guys is playing drums now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Before I move on to the next question, Doug, has it sunk in at this point? At any time this year, you sit there and go, 30 years ago, our lives changed beyond anything we could have ever imagined with that song.
Man, just playing music in a band and having it be for a period of time like my job is mind-blowing enough, and then you throw that on it, it's just weird. The weirdest thing about it is people I have friends who will be somewhere in Europe traveling and they'll hear the song on the radio and it's like, wow, they're still playing. Anyway, it's like some of the guys in COC were in Scotland and they
Oh,
you
corrosion
know,
of conformity. Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
Reed had texted me and said they're playing your song. You know, that's not their kind of music, but they but they're having fun with it. So, anyways,
That's cool.
but I mean, because of that song, and because of the of it, what kind of extending the life of the band allowed me to end up working with John. I think it's beautiful how it kind of
That's
came.
interesting how it all
You know what I
ties
mean?
together. Yeah.
Because I don't think we still would have been doing this if that hadn't happened. We were kind of getting to the end of our rope with hitting the glass ceiling, as they say in America. So luckily, we were still active. And John, what'd you do? You emailed Ed, is that right?
Well, I heard you on that podcast saying really
That's
nice
right.
things about a band that critics deem uncool, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be scared to contact the guy, and I contacted Ed, and here we go. So.
And you've been regretting it ever since. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was talking about Def Leppard. I was talking about how they.
Yeah, that's right.
I like their song. They got good songs, man.
Yeah,
What are
I
you
keep
gonna do?
forgetting you did open for Def Leppard on that tour in '95.
Yeah, we did have that one
overseas.
show where we did one. Yeah. And I wanted to meet the guitar player, but he was passed away. So, anyways, not to put a downer on it. We also played with Atlanta Miles.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which at that point, I mean, Black Velvet was
Black Velvet. Love that song.
It was a great song.
But so yeah, we're so right now, I guess, John, we're in the midst of doing this kind of stuff and playing when we can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing about COVID is that a lot of places that you would ordinarily look into playing at are booked. People were smart; they booked their stuff way ahead of time. So it's kind of like we're slowly getting into being able to play more often than we have been. But
our next show is scheduled for January 10th, but we have a friend in Carborough named Dawn Rowland. She interviewed us on her show a couple of weeks ago, and there are a couple of festivals she's helping us get into, and some shows at some art centers and some museums. So we're, along with the clubs, we're doing the festivals are what I'm really trying to get into.
Smart.
But we'll play anywhere, and we'll play at the opening of an envelope, just like John Entwistle. But as you see the magic board behind me, that's the next record. That's the progress. We're already about 25% into the next album.
Did you call it the magic board?
The magic board.
I like that. I like that. That's good. Yeah. Right. Do you have any recollection, Rob, of a band called the Jack Rubies and doing a cover of The Horse with No Name by America? Does that ring a bell with you at all?
The band rings a bell, but the cover doesn't. That's the funny part.
Yeah, Jack Rubies are from England, and they were on TBT Records, and they had some airplay with that cover. But Dawn is associated with one of the guys who used to be in that band. So, anyway, it's weird how things are connected, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The weird thing about the Jack Rubies is they told him it was a one-shot deal.
God damn it!
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yeah, you had to take it while he was there. All right, let me give
you got to do it, man.
Let me do three more in the random shots thing, and this is strictly in the Carolinas, so this way you can answer one or the other. When it comes to the Carolinas, you more for the mountains or more for the Outer Banks?
Outer Banks. I love the mountains; they're fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But the Outer Banks, you just have that feeling of you're 20 million miles from any other human. Yeah. There's no of course, in the mountains, there's none of these either, but there are no Walmarts out there. Dollar Generals pop up down here just like weeds.
Right.
I think they're starting to reproduce. I would give the Outer Banks the edge.
Doug, what about you?
I'd be lying if I didn't say the Outer Banks, but I do appreciate the climate and the overall boogie of the mountains. Yeah.
They definitely have less humidity, so that's the mountains have that going.
And I have some friends who live up there, but I grew up swimming, so like, I like to body surf whenever I can, and so they don't have that in the mountains.
No, they don't. No,
I mean, you could probably do it in one of those freezing cold streams, but I'm not.
No, you're not gonna.
I'm not gonna do that.
Gentlemen, I'm going to give you 2 foods from the area. One known, one semi-known, but choose one. Fried green tomatoes or liver mush.
Oh,
Next question.
I love it.
great answer, John.
That's a perfect
Actually,
answer.
my wife and my oldest daughter ate okra 2 days ago. I mean, if that counts.
Well, I would throw that in the mix. Yeah, I'm about to say. I mean, and for those who don't know liver mush, up here in the East, you would probably look at it more as scrapple. You know, that's
We
about
call there's a I can go buy, I might buy some tonight, thinking about just how much I like it. Liver pudding, Niece's liver pudding.
Okay.
Do you know there is a shortage
for
of
you.
Niece's
It's
liver
good for
pudding
you.
right?
What was that, John?
There is a shortage of Niece's liver pudding right now. The machine is broken down that makes it, and you can't get it anywhere. So it's turned into heroin around
Are you
here. trying to get it.
serious? The
Yeah,
machine broke?
God.
that's one theory anyway.
Well,
Well, it is a little bit like heroin. It's really good. It's
Oh,
really
it's
good.
good.
I'm just
There
kidding.
you
I'm
go.
just kidding.
I think the heroin may be healthier for you. I've never had either. So I don't know.
Actually, let me tell you this. I became a big label reader 30 years ago, and it's not that bad. It's not that much fat. It's just the idea of it. Is what is so
You talking
Well,
about heroin? You talking about heroin, right?
pudding.
yeah, he's talking about
Oh,
heroin,
good.
of course.
I'm talking about liver pudding.
Uh,
But scrapple, sea loaf, mush,
Yeah.
all the words that are so attractive.
Yeah. Believe me, up here, you say scrapple and you're getting a look like, what are you talking about?
It's big in Pennsylvania, from what I understand.
Oh, it's huge,
Yeah,
huge.
yeah,
The closer you get to Amish country, it's everywhere.
You don't want to waste any part of that beautiful animal.
Well, that's true. I can't
That's
argue.
how I look at it.
Yeah. I mean, there are some redeeming qualities about barbecue, but then we're talking about heroin. Oh, I'm sorry, liver mush. Okay, or liver pudding. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I got
I like
you.
these questions.
Thank
I've
you.
never had a fried green tomato, so I can't answer that one either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I get into one other question, it was something that I saw and I heard of the brand, but I've never seen it up this way. Cheerwine soda. Why is it so big down there?
It's from Salisbury, North Carolina.
There you go.
You're not going to believe this. I swear to God, this is not set up. We didn't know about these questions, did
Right.
we?
No. I never clue anybody in on these questions.
Okay,
Why?
I
No
have a couple of
Confederate.
friends who are from Salisbury. Salisbury is known for Cheerwine, for Chapette, which is a chapstick brand.
Yeah.
And if you can see this, this just happened to be sitting here. Stand back headache powders,
Oh, wow.
also from Salisbury. Now that just happened to be sitting here, and that's no joke. So that should tell you something. That's a good product.
Doug, seriously, because I've done like the goodies, and I find headache powder works better because it just
got caffeine in it. That's the
yeah,
secret
that's why.
ingredient.
That's what I was about to ask you. So it's kind of the
Yeah.
same elements going on in that
Same
stuff.
thing, yeah.
All right.
But I want to see. I want to approach those guys, and I want them to try to. I don't know how much she would charge. I think Stevie would charge a lot, but like for the song "Stand Back, Stand Back," you know, remember that? Like that would be a good jingle. I think
That would. You're right.
but it's got to be a hefty price tag to get the rights to that song. So
Good point.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Thank you. I got one last one, and I apologize. I'm going to sports here, so you may not even care either way, but I'm going to ask anyway. Bigger disappointment in the Carolinas, football's Panthers or the University of North Carolina football?
Oh, the heels.
There was a time in my life when I cared about UNC basketball because I love listening to Woody Durham do the radio call.
I hear he was great. I never got to hear him, unfortunately.
And football. But to answer your question, I think the Belichick thing has been the heaven's gate of ACC football. That's the best way I know how to put it. Whoa, boy.
That's a good analogy, John. What's the story with his lady? I asked David, but
You mean his nurse?
is that who she is?
Oh, I thought it was his niece. You said nurse. I say niece. I don't know.
Niece's liver pudding.
Niece's liver nurses. There
Right,
you go.
you say liver pudding and you say heroin. There you go.
Yeah,
Let's call the whole thing off.
Anyways, look, Mike and David are big Heels fans, but more basketball. But anytime I can rub it in a little bit, I do. So yeah. Well, they got so much press about that guy showing up. I mean, Belichick.
Yeah,
I mean, what would you expect? But anyways,
No,
I
but it's
can't
interesting.
say- My team is sucking this year, so I can't say anything.
No,
The Pirates.
Right. But my point being, it's like it's interesting to get the insight, especially from Carolinians who are
Right.
dealing with this. I mean, up here in Jersey, we just sit back and go, "That's got to be a clusterfuck down
That's
there."
bizarre. Yeah. That's kind of
Well-
how it is here for me, because I'm like, do I want to know more about this? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, they won what? What did they win? 4 games this year? I mean,
Don't
did
know.
They
Don't
won
know.
2. They almost won 3. Almost won 3, but they won 2.
I mean, I stayed home and didn't even go, and he only won 2 more games than I did. That's how I look at it.
That's a good way of looking at it, to be honest with you. Oh my God.
It's a good point.
Hey, okay, let me plug the album one more time. Photo number 6, if you would, Christian, so people can see where this is. You can download this now. Third of Never's Damage the Pearl. The movie, by the way, on this, John, when do you think it might hit the light of day in 26?
That will be, I've been told spring of 26.
Okay. And I would imagine, kind of like you were saying about the music, where you'll probably play any festival. Is it, you're going to try to do the Independent Film Festival and just try to get the film out that way first?
I think that's what we're going to try to do first. And I think we're also going to try to set up a few scenarios where we play live and then screen the movie or vice versa.
That's
there's
a
That
really
would be,
good
that
idea.
would be kind of fun to do.
There's
yeah.
been talk of doing something like that. The first one might be in Beaufort, North Carolina, and then maybe Carborough.
You have to come down.
Yeah. And I also, I don't want to go QVC on you. I just wanted to plug one more thing.
No, please. You can
The
take
guy that built the studio here, we collaborated on his EP. This is Jon Dawson's EP, Coastal Chase.
Okay.
And we also did an instrumental EP called The Bipolaroids. So
I love that name, by the way. The Bipolaroids. That's a great name.
John, that's a good North Carolina name. John Guy Barwick. That's
and
good
also
North Carolina
people need to
name.
be sure they know that the Connells recently put out a new studio record called Stedman's Wake. This is as fantastic as
It's
anything
been a
they've
couple
done.
years ago, but thanks. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And that's how we got rehooked up. I mean, John and I were. I mean, John, when Doug and I, it was literally like looking at each other.
Yeah.
Going, oh my God! And
I know that was like what, a couple years ago,
2
right?
years ago, yeah. I mean, we've kept in touch a little bit here and there, but
Yeah.
as usual, life just somehow gets in the way. As much
It's
because
a pain in the ass.
I know,
Life is the worst.
yeah,
It's the worst.
sometimes it
It's
can
the
be-
worst.
But I will say this: during the '90s, there were some of my most memorable, unforgettable, and fun times were with him and the Connells, without a doubt.
Well,
Anytime
thanks,
they came
man.
to- oh yeah, come on! Anytime you came to town, it was like going. It was always laughter. We always talked. It was always
Fun
like
place.
about life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then by the end of it, you're like going, "How did I? Oh yeah, that's right. Jaeger.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
Jaeger was the death of us. It really, really.
yeah. It's it should be outlawed, like liver pudding.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Jägermeister and liver pudding. There's a winning combination. Oh man.
I would rather
I've
eat the
actually had it.
packaging for. I would rather eat the packaging for both.
Oh, that's a statement right there, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to eat glass.
I will tell you what, I'm going to make you this deal as I'm signing off. I know when you go back on the road, and Doug will hold me to this, we'll figure out a way to get you to Jersey and do a show somewhere. Because
Man, that would be great because if the A game has a surf dock or something like that, you know.
There'll be something where we can get you by the beach. Don't worry about that. We can figure that
What
out.
was the name of that place? Somebody's beach, Rick.
That was-
Somebody's
Yeah, unfortunately that closed down, but it's Joey Harrison's surf
Joey
club.
Harrison's.
Yeah.
Yes, Potak loves that place.
Yeah,
We used to
and
get a
Chris,
kick out of it.
literally, you walk out there, you walk behind the club. There's the beach. It was.
We did a show where Joan Jett was the MC.
Yep,
You remember that? Sure. Yeah,
I
she
do
was awesome.
indeed. That
She
was
was so cool.
That
But
was
yeah, Joey Harrison's Beach Club. Yeah. Oh boy, right there in the water. That was beautiful. We'll have to come there. We'll find a place to play. there.
Oh, absolutely. We'll make sure we make that happen.
Beautiful.
So my dear friend Doug MacMillan, I promise we'll keep him better.
Thank you, Rob.
Absolutely, John. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad you said. I got to give credit. John was the one who was setting this up. We were trying to get this done for about a month. I appreciate your patience. And
It's hard to do. It's hard to do.
Thank you for having us. This is the kind of stuff that keeps the lights on. So thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
The
Hey, listen,
Christmas lights on.
the Christmas. Yeah. Well, welcome to the holiday season. There you go. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. I'm glad you're tuning in, and just sign up for my YouTube channel. It is completely free to subscribe, and you get to see the other 128 episodes that I've had that also include Doug MacMillan solo. There we go. And speaking of the Christmas lights, there they are in the background.
Right, man. Thank you, Rob.
Thanks,
I'm
guys.
going to go subscribe now.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've gained another subscriber. Hey, listen, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for
Thank
being a
you,
part
sir.
of this. Take care.
Be
Yourself.
good.